Oh.
Hi, everybody. I'm going to pull
Hi,
this out.
I was saying before to Pam, oh my gosh, we're in danger of starting on time.
Oh, that's interesting. We're going through Restream. Cool. Um, and some of you out there are going, what is she talking about? So, Leslie Bartow. Hi, Leslie, and thank you for posting our tip jar information already in the chat. Leslie just copied and pasted, turn your videos into live streams with Restream. And then our information. And so, for the geeks among us, in in what am I using here? Zoom. I just hit live stream and I guess it automatically went through Restream, which is awesome. Katerina is saying my sound is garbled again. So, can you be more specific? Is it just not understandable? Is there buzz? Is there what kind of garbled do you mean? Is it words? Bill, play a little bit. Is the guitar distorted? Um, Elaine says it sounds good to her. It's on my end. Okay. Darn. Um, I have found doing a lot of live streaming with the church I work at that sometimes you need to go down a couple layers. So you may your YouTube may seem okay, but you may need to check your computer settings for audio. Or you may need to log out and come in again on YouTube. I don't know, but sometimes there's different layers to it. Headset is fine, living room speaker not. It could be something in where your computer is sending the sound. I troubleshoot this stuff all the time, and I sort of have a list I go through. Um, so try everything. Check all of your settings. Yeah, sometimes I'm smart, and sometimes I'm lucky.
Well,
And
but
sometimes I get it totally wrong.
you're very intuitive though.
Yeah, that's actually I understand that. I know that. I am pretty intuitive.
Oh, anybody else, or could somebody give
Anybody
us
else anybody else having trouble with their
or
sound?
is anybody saying that the sound sounds just fine? Elaine said that,
Elaine
right?
said that. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So hopefully we're good to go. And we're going to do a song. Why did we decide to do this?
Why did we
Other than
decide?
that we love the song.
Because
Because you wanted to.
I brought it up. That's why we
Okay.
decided to do it.
Yeah.
And
So
and we did it at Cadenza, last month, and it's sort of something that, and I don't think we did it here for this. And I wanted to do something sort of, I don't know, something about I don't know, Franco.
Oh.
I was thinking about the Franco community in Maine and the workers in the mills
and this is all about that.
This is all
Yeah.
about that,
This
so-
is all about that. This is a song that my friend Donna Hebert wrote. And she based it on her family stories coming down from Quebec and working in the mills, in their case, in Western Massachusetts. But the same story was true in Vermont, in New Hampshire, and of course here in Maine, with after the Civil War, late 1800s, um, the Quebecois being encouraged to come down and work in the fabric mills that had been springing up all over New England. The Industrial Revolution had hit New England, and there were not enough workers because and especially here in Maine, our male population got decimated by the Civil War, and they needed to recruit workers, so they kind of blanketed southern Quebec with leaflets, and I assume Nova Scotia, but I haven't heard as much about that for the mills. It seems like people came down from Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia more for
New
the logging,
Brunswick.
and New Brunswick more for the logging industry. So
Well,
anyway,
let's give
this
it
is a
shot
song
anyway.
that she wrote, and it's called The Shuttle. I left my home in Santa Bear to work the Amaskee in Manchester, New Hampshire in 1883. My parents and my brothers, they work the same as I. At the spinning and the weaving, oh, they make the shuttles fly. You'll find all ages in the mill, petits enfants and grand-père. The wages are a pittance, not enough to pay our share. All of us must work here, or else we cannot eat. Our weight in a tenement, the heat. On Sunday morn, a silence reigns, so sweet our ears do ring. And to our gods together we raise a voice to sing. We rest so dear, so briefly, and visit where we may. For Monday morn will soon arrive, when the shuttle rules our day. My friend, she had an accident, 3 fingers she has lost. Another boy was crushed to death, and who will count the cost of health and youth spent swiftly in thumping bills of brick and tin? How can we keep our sanity in the shuttle's hellish din? Oh, my friends and family in lovely Santa Bear, don't listen to recruiters who ask to pay your fare. Stay at home, don't listen to their blandishments and lies, or you'll end up a slave like me to the shuttle that never dies.
Oh, sorry, Sky.
You scared the dog.
Scared the dog.
Sky,
Come here,
it's
honey.
okay, hon. Come on.
Come on. Okay, she's okay.
Woke the dog up with
Woke
that
the
one.
dog up. Woke the dog up.
Oh, hi, Jean. How are you feeling? I hope that you are continuing to heal, and we'll be back to playing your fiddle before too long. Yeah, powerful song, and I'll tell you, one of the most, I guess, emotional times for me that we've done it was when we did it in Lewiston in the Franco Center. Whew.
So, pretty much everybody in the audience had like an ancestor that had worked in the mill.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah,
All right. And we were going to do another tune set.
Caribou Reel.
Caribou Reel.
Want to do the whole set or just a tune?
What was after Caribou? Was it Fishers?
Yeah, let's
We could do that.
Caribou into Fishers.
Yeah, let's do that. Yep. So we'll start off with another tune from Quebec called Caribou Reel, written by.
Oh, you know who it was written by?
I used to.
Well, okay, I don't.
Well, if I remember, I'll let you guys know. It'll probably come into my head later. And then we'll follow that up with good old Fisher's hornpipe. 2, 3, 4. Andy DeJarlis. Thank you, Elaine. Yes. Andy DeJarlis wrote the Caribou Reel. Let's take a look at who else is here. So we're about to start the jam portion of the evening. And if you are new to this weekly event, then I want to let you know that in the jam portion of the evening, you guys get to ask us through the chat to play something you would like to play along with. Our goal is that you are all at home with your instruments, playing along and enjoying, and if not playing along, enjoying the music. And those of you who are not playing can also make requests. But it's really driven by the people listening to us and not so much by what we think you all should hear. That's a concert. That's what we just did. The jam portion, everybody's in it together, and we want to hear from you what you would like to play. Just as though you were here in my living room with us.
Yep.
And we would all be talking about, hey, what do you want to play next? So the best we can do is have you type into the chat what you would like us to do.
Well,
And if we know it, we play it. If I don't know it, I'll look it up really fast if I can. And Bill will dive in and do the best he can.
Yep.
And then if it's either something really tricky on the chords, or if I can't find sheet music for it online or in my collections here, then we might put it off to another week.
Probably
But-
not, though.
And we aim
Rarely-
for this to be an intermediate
rarely does
jam,
that happen.
which means that easy tunes, well-known tunes, we play up to speed. Kind of intermediate tunes, if they're familiar, we'll just play them, but we might play them slower a couple times first for people who might not know them, and then play them up to speed. Harder tunes, notey tunes, tunes where the chords are really squirrely, we'll keep those
Squirrely.
at sort of a lopey pace
Lopey and Squirrely.
throughout. Lopey and squirrely,
My
right.
my two friends, Lopey and Squirrely.
Hey, there's a comic book right there. Lopey
know.
and squirrely.
Lopey and
Yeah. So feel free to type in the chat, and if you haven't been here before, do type into the chat and let us know you're here, where you're tuning in from, what you've had for supper, other fun things that are important things going on with your life, and or important things.
Yep.
And we do the same, and you'll find it's a friendly gang of people here. And I can tell you that we had spaghetti for supper
Okay.
with my homemade sauce.
Surprise,
Surprise,
surprise.
surprise.
Okay.
It's often spaghetti night on Tuesdays.
Can I tell about the prompting the chords?
Yes.
Okay. I will be calling the chords. I'll be prompting you. I'll tell you what to do, what the chords are ahead of time. But instead of saying D, G, B, E, I'm going to, because they all sound the same, especially when they're coming through your computer speaker, I'll be using phonetics for the chord letters. Dog for D, George for G, boy for B, Charlie for C, A for A, and F sharp minor won't get confused with anything else. So that's F sharp minor. And eggplant for E, or whatever I decide at the time. Here we go.
And it could be Forsythia minor.
Forsythia sharp minor.
It would take longer to say that than the chord would last
Well,
for.
I know.
Oh, and Jeff says, play Lopey and Squirrely. I think it's an A minor.
Right.
Okay, here we go. Another tune name we got to put on
what's
reserve.
worse, like, what was the cartoon with the mice? Or what the, never mind. Let's just,
No.
we have a request.
Nope. No requests yet. So, Bill, you could make a request.
Okay.
I mean, Jeff, I know you made a request, but I haven't written it yet. So it's
Okay.
going to have to happen another week.
Okay. Lopey and Squirrely.
Lopey and Squirrely. I think that is definitely a tune name.
Let's just start off with something kind of. Let's do.
Dun 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 da 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 da.
I can't. My brain is like seized up.
Okay, camp meeting on the 4th of July.
Yeah, oh, G.
D.
Indeed.
D dog.
D.
Da da dum ba da 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 dum ba ba bum.
I got a D dog.
You've played this before. One, two, one,
D-dog.
two.
Last time,
I could play that tune for a while. And Jeff has requested homage to Edmond Parisot.
in honor of, okay, QA.
Yes, Oh, and I have to think because the beginning is startlingly similar to the tune we just played. I know you didn't do that on purpose, Jeff.
Maybe he did. You know, that trickster would always try to trip us up.
Da-da-dum-ba-da-da. Homage, homage, homage. And I will. Not so similar. I just had the other tune in my head. And I will mention to you all also that we are also streaming on not only on Facebook but also on YouTube, and we're doing that every week now. And I have another screen up here to my left where I can see the chat on YouTube. So please let your friends know if you have friends who are not on Facebook or would rather not listen on Facebook for whatever reason. Honestly, the sound quality is better on YouTube. Let them know so they can tune in on YouTube. If they just go to my channel, just look up Pam Weeks and it's going to be right there. Okay, here we go.
Hey,
A, yes, key of A, Apple. And
Aardvark.
this is a very notey tune. The chords are not too hard. So I think we will play it a little bit slow at first because it is a very notey tune.
Yep.
For people that haven't played it before. 1, 2, 3.
Eggplant.
This always happens. I'm sorry, I'm going to start again. This always happens with a tune that I'm used to playing fast. It's really hard to slow it down and keep all the notes. So 1, 2, 1. that didn't speed up too much for y'all. It's definitely one of those tunes that the motor muscle memory is there, and it wants to go to the speed it goes. Yeah.
It wants to go 60 cycles per second. That's what it.
And yeah, the rhythms broke my brain. Oh, Katie. Yeah. But it is so satisfying. So take it slow. Just keep practicing it. Take it slow, and it'll get better. It'll get easier, and your brain won't break quite as much. What you end up doing is not feeling, if this makes sense to all of you, you don't feel every single note as the same. It becomes da 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 dum, and those A's, those are just sort of like a little an undercurrent under what's happening in the melody. And that might give you something to kind of key into to make the tune easier to play. But it's definitely a challenging one for rhythm, and it's a great one for rhythm. So keep at it. Don't give up on this tune. It's a really valuable tune.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's super fun to play. When you get it, you will absolutely love playing it. And Katerina on the bass, if you get really comfortable with this tune, I could hear all kinds of syncopated type rhythms on the bass too. Yeah, yeah. So you could like branch out on the bass. Or something. Yeah, the timing is the hardest part on the bass. Yeah, and I'm saying that, and at the same time, what happens with this kind of syncopated thing is the person doing the syncopation really relies on the person holding the beat,
Downbeat, yep.
to be really solid, or else it doesn't work and everything goes kind of screwy. So it's super important for that accompanist, Bill, and he does it. That's why I'm pointing at him. To just be really solid on the boom, chick, 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 chick. And it's kind of like with ragtime, that left hand, or stride, the left hand doing the bass chord thing, just on quarter notes, gives the right hand, or whoever's playing along, the freedom to really to swing the rhythm and to do a lot of complicated stuff, because the beat is so solid. So there's my little plug for anyone out there playing a rhythm instrument. You are way more important than you ever believe you are.
Yep. Coming
from someone who plays a lot of melody and some rhythm. The rhythm is that bottom end, that
foundation,
drum beat, that foundation. That's where it's at. You are vital.
Okay. Do we have more requests?
Okay, here we go.
I remember mine.
What was yours?
Green Willis.
Okay.
The Raw Recruit.
Oh yeah, we can do that. The Raw Recruit, also called Green Willis.
Yep.
A Vermont tune. Originally.
Green Mountain Volunteers, really? Really?
I think so. I think it was a Vermont tune.
I thought it was a Civil War.
It is a Civil War tune, but that doesn't mean it's not.
Doesn't mean it wasn't Vermont.
Vermont.
The Vermont, 4th Vermont regulars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a Green Willis was a newbie.
Yep.
And so the other name for this is the Raw Recruit, for people who like to be more literal. So let's see. Bum bum ba da 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 dum ba da dum ba da 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 dum da dum ba da da dum. D.
D dog.
Oh no, G. Sorry.
Okay, here we go. G George, everybody.
like that in G. It's often played in D as well. I don't know what the normal key is because I learned it on Mountain Dulcimer originally, and that, therefore, it was in D. But that doesn't mean it was the original key. But I really like it in G. And so for those of you who are wondering, if you want to go from G to D on the fiddle, just move over a string. Exactly the same fingering. And it will all work out fine. Yeah, it is risky for the bass to syncopate. And you do have to read the room. If it feels really solid, and like if, say, you're playing with a really strong guitar player, a really strong piano player, then the bass can start to play around. But you're absolutely right. The bass needs to center that beat and hold it for everyone. Unless it's a room where you can tell
Somebody
people would
else
be
is doing
comfortable
it. Yeah,
with
right.
you playing around with it a little bit. It's very true. So that's an excellent thing to be thinking about. Hey folks, get those requests in here because you know what happens if you don't.
We've got
We
a whole list.
choose.
We got a whole list of as long as my arm of stuff.
More, longer, probably longer than
We
you.
don't have any.
Nope.
No. Take it.
So let's see. Let's play
A waltz.
a waltz. You want to do a waltz?
Well, we haven't done a
Yeah,
waltz
we
yet.
haven't done a waltz
Yeah.
yet.
We haven't done my Cape Breton Home for a really, really long time. So,
Oh, okay. You want to do that?
well, I'm just saying we haven't, and if we could,
Okay,
let's do it.
let's do it.
Okay.
We'll do Make Cape Breton Home. It's in the key of G George. Yum, yum, ba-da-da-dum, bum, bum. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2,
George.
3. And I hit the wrong note to start with. 1,
Well,
2,
only off by
3,
one
1,
string.
2, 3. My Cape
that
Breton
tune.
home. Lovely
Gary
tune.
Holland tune.
Oh my, still no requests. So I guess everybody's happy with what we're doing.
Wow, okay, or either they're asleep, they could be asleep.
I love that it's still light out.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, that's really great in the morning too, when it gets light at 3:30 and the animals start waking you up, right? That's really cool.
Yeah, it's not quite 3:30 yet, but
It's
it's gonna be close before too long. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's actually nice to get up early in the morning.
Yeah, I know.
Not being out
Haven't
as many late nights as I used to be.
Yeah.
I like morning.
Yeah. Mouth of the Tubik.
Sure.
The Tubik is a river in New Brunswick, and as far as I can tell, it flows north into the St. Lawrence, ultimately. So.
This is a 3-part tune
Yep.
in the key of G George.
And it's got a syncopated part. That
Third part
yeah.
syncopated.
And it's got some E minors in it too, but it's pretty accessible.
So we will definitely start at Lopi.
Yeah, let's
We'll never go too fast.
let's do it Lopi.
We'll do it Lopi.
Yeah, okay, Lopi. Lopi.
Not
and
squirrely, just
Squeaky
Lopi.
and what is it? Squeaky and
No,
what the hell-
squirrely.
Mice.
Lopi and Squirrely.
Lopi and Squirrely. I'm trying
We
to
do
remember
it
the name
Lopi, but not Squirrely.
of the cartoon mice that they used to cut each other's heads off and stuff.
Oh,
like
that-
Squeaky and
My dear, that was before my time.
oh, okay. No, I don't think so.
Or in a different part of the country than I was in. Two,
George.
1, 2. Ah,
job.
All right. You know, I was just thinking about the syncopation issue.
Bop, bop, bop.
Yeah. And I remember when I first learned this tune, which was quite a long time ago, I had to sit with that third part and play it really slowly and figure out which notes were on the beat. And they weren't the notes that my brain was telling me were on the beat. The notes that popped out, you know, the accented notes. And I just remember sitting there for, it seemed like hours. It might have been hours. Going through that and going. Huh? So I don't know if you can tell what I just did, but I had to switch to double time. This is my younger self. I had to switch to double time to get, you know, the every other note that was on a beat.
Enough foot taps.
To know where everything was.
Yeah, right.
And then eventually I was able to go back to tapping in 4/4. And then, you know, cut time up to speed time.
Yep.
I remember that was a real challenge to figure out exactly where every note went so that I was on time. So syncopation is tricky. Syncopation is super fun and tricky.
We have tons of requests, right?
And Katerina says, I could hear you think, Pam. I held the downbeat for you.
Right, all right. And we sensed
Success.
That. We sensed that.
That's right, success.
I have ideas if we don't have.
Okay, yeah, we still don't have requests. So
What? I want
know.
to do.
I know, but people seem to be happy. So
Okay, well, I want to do. Well, we're just going to do the.
And remember, I can
best
see
one.
there's a couple people watching on YouTube as well. And if you're on YouTube, please realize that I can see the chat. I do see the chat on YouTube.
Chat us up.
So go ahead and type in the chat and let us know what you'd like to play.
Okay. So, do we have a request now that I get my wind blown out of my sails?
No,
or-
no requests. So go ahead, Bill.
Green apple quick step.
Okay. I know that will make people happy.
And then after that, we're going to do Springfield. Unless there's other
Bill has the
requests.
whole program for us.
Yeah, I could.
Can't believe I still have to double check this one, but you know what it is? I just really want to play it exactly the way that.
Well, we wouldn't want to. We wouldn't. Yeah. So.
I always wanted to play it exactly the way that David wrote it, and I know he would be the last person
That would insist
care.
on that. Right, that would care. Right.
Okay, here we go. Green
Here we
apple
go.
quick
Green
step.
apple.
1, 2,
G
1,
George.
2.
Charlie, excellent choice of a tune.
Excellent
Excellent
choice. Yes, excellent choice.
Yes.
I'm just going to take a second and
I
tune.
don't know who. Well, maybe I should do the same thing. Hey everybody, don't forget the tip jar, okay? We call it tip jar because because it, I don't know. I don't know.
It is a tip jar.
It's a tip jar, right.
We
Money
call it the
need
treat
to-
jar as well.
Yeah.
Because
right,
we
that's what I
often
was-
put money from that into treats for the
treats
animals
for
that live
the-
around here,
The menagerie here.
all of whom seem to be sound asleep.
Well, there's one over there in her box.
Yep, she went in
There's
her
one
box.
over there on the floor, and the cat's up there on the arm of the
They're
sofa.
all dozing. Ice House Jig, yes. Maison
Ice
de
House.
Glace. It's
Okay.
a request from Leslie, seconded by Katerina.
Okay. Wow.
Lovely, lovely tune. Katerina, new job? Katerina says, in celebration of my new job at making medicines, let's play Green Apple to keep the doctor away. New job, do tell.
Another
Do
new
tell.
job. Okay. Well,
Okay, well, looking
Say-
forward to hearing about it.
making medicine. Okay. Wow.
Ice House Jig. Key
And
of D Dog, lovely
That's good. Wait,
chords.
that's gonna walk up. D Dog and F sharp minor G D A.
Same thing again.
And so that's the A part, and then the B part starts on B minor and George, A, boy minor, George. Okay, you'll get it. I'll call it. So it's got
If you
F
understood
sharp
what he
minors
said.
and B minors in it. Okay.
2, 3, 4.
D Dog, F sharp minor, George, A, D Dog, F sharp minor, George,
You know what? We have not played a jig yet.
We just played a jig.
Oh, you're right. That's really funny. I don't even really think of that as a jig. I know it's a jig, but it's so lyrical.
Yeah, I know. I
Don't
know, I
really
get
think
that.
of it as a jig.
Hi. We
And
got
you
dogs
guys, we're not done yet.
Hi.
Nico, go lie down.
here.
Nico, go lie down.
He said, okay, go lie down. Go lie down.
Sky, go lie down. We're not done yet. Go to bed. Go back to bed. Go to bed. Or just lie down somewhere.
Oh.
Go to bed. She's looking at me like, you can't possibly really mean that. Settle. Go settle. Go lie down. Good dogs.
All right.
Good dogs. I changed my strings.
Oh, you did. That's what's going on there.
Yeah, I changed them. When did I change them? Saturday.
Wow.
But they're still settling in. They need a little more tweaking than usual. See, she went back to bed.
I know.
Let's see. Okay, so we just played a jig.
Yeah. We could play another jig. I mean, you know.
We could. We could play a waltz. We've
We
only
could do
done
that.
one waltz.
That's right, we could.
How about thinking springtime.
Oh. Well, we could do.
Or,
We could do Amelia's. We could do Midnight on the Water. Those are favorites.
Yeah, they are.
Fan
I
favorites.
think we played
could do-
Amelia's for a while. We could do
Yeah,
Amelia's.
okay.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do Amelia's waltz.
Is that in D2?
Key of D. Key of D. Yep.
Bob McQuillan.
1, 2, 3, 1,
Ditto.
2. you are with Amelia's Waltz. Well, we've got time for one more tune.
And it's still light out. What the
Oh
heck?
my goodness, really? It is still light out.
I know.
The trees are coming into leaf. The beautiful white birch right in front of my house. I don't think you guys have ever seen it. I don't think you'll be able to see it through the. You want to try to give it a shot? I don't know if you can see that. There, sort of. There's a little reflection in the way. Anyway, I have this amazing white birch tree right in front of my house, and it's growing like it's been in a field all its life instead of in the woods.
Yeah.
So it's not tall and skinny. It's broad, and I treasure it because it really keeps the house cool in the summer, and it looks beautiful.
And
My neighbor calls it a grandmother tree.
and it got hit by lightning one time or something, right? Or no,
No.
what caused, it's got a split down the middle that's kind of healing itself.
That's just a white birch thing.
Just a
that
white
happens.
birch thing?
Yeah.
Okay, didn't you get hit by
But
lightning?
it's
Thank
pretty, it's a
goodness.
pretty amazing tree. All right, and so we're looking at tune to end with. Katerina says Over the Waterfall, A Road to Boston. How about Over the Waterfall? Or let's medley them. Let's do a medley. We'll do Over the Waterfall and
They're
we'll go
both
into
in
Road
D.
to Boston. They're
Yep.
both in D.
So,
And I think that that's the right order. Yeah, I think that's the right order. It probably doesn't matter.
the road to Boston, kind of like the road to Weston, right? She didn't.
No, we'll do the Road to Boston first. It's not as notey a tune.
Okay.
1, 2, 1.
D, George, little ending tune.
It is. And the ah from me was I almost went into St. Anne's
Oh
Reel
my God.
instead of
No.
over the waterfall. Yep. So sorry about that little blip, but I caught myself.
Yep. Okay, all the animals
And
come here
all
and
kept
say goodbye
going.
to everybody on the TV.
Yeah.
It's-
So as always, everyone, please stay healthy, stay safe, stay warm. Not a problem now, except it was cold today.
cold today.
Eat good food, play lots of good music, hug your family and your loved ones and your pets.
Yep.
Stay healthy and happy, and we will see you here next week. Tell your friends, tell them we're on YouTube. Let's grow the family.
Grow the family.
And send in requests ahead of time. Always happy to receive them. Good night, everyone.
Good night. I'm having trouble here. Good night, everybody. Blah, 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 blah. Bye. Off. Go lie down. Go lie down. Oh, did it.